natural beauties, and I'm talking to my fellas too, and that's on period. As y'all can tell by the title, what we finna be doing today, we finna be doing a girl talk, and the title is, do girls prefer pretty faces or personality? So yeah, do you have something you'd like to say?
These are our opinions. Leave it at that. These are our opinions, like what works for us. I have my own like beliefs and my own spiritual principles that I lean on in relationships, whether that's like a romantic, friendships, like whatever. So yeah, if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comment and we'll get back to you.
So let's get right into the video. So, like I said, the title is, do girls prefer pretty faces or personality? So say which one you rather prefer first.
Oh, me or in general?
What you prefer.
Oh, I thought we were talking about what other people prefer. Oh, well, for me personally, it's always going to be a personality, but I'm not going to sit up here and lie and say that there aren't people who I don't find attractive with great personalities, but I believe I physically have to be attracted to a guy to be attracted to him. But the thing is, there's no point in a relationship if all that a man can bring to the table is good looks, because if you don't have a good personality, if you don't have a good work ethic, number one, if you don't have a good prayer life, relationship with God, your looks aren't going to get you anywhere in life, and it's all vanity. And to me, it's not the most important element, but it is an important element.
My opinion, I'm going with the personality, because you could be cute and you could be boring, like you ain't got no type of excitement, and I want to have fun, and I want to be able to make jokes, not to be getting all serious and stuff like that. So personality is where it's at, because looks is not always what it is. You could look good and then got the whole package, like you just look good and nothing else. Like, who wants that? Like, I want somebody with personality, go on trips, do all of that fun stuff. So yeah.
And a personality isn't enough for a relationship, for a marriage to last. Like, if all you have are your looks when y'all are going through a hard time, or y'all are just having fun, like what are you doing, staring at each other from across the table? Like, you're at a museum, for instance, on a date, and you're in a museum, instead of looking at the artwork and talking about it and critiquing it and learning, you're just looking at each other. Take a picture of me up against this. Like, yeah, you can do, like, if y'all see social media and like pictures, people take pictures of themselves and things like that. But if all you're doing is going to this place, or you're going and doing all these things because someone looks good and you think, oh, they're a nice toy or element to put in my life, or to put in the picture, like a literal picture or the picture of your life, I'm like, that's weird. And I don't get into celebrity relationships, marriages, or anything like that, because there's no value there for me. Like, number one, I don't know any of these people, but like I do pray for a lot of people because they're in the spotlight. And so like a situation that people, like everyday people deal with, they deal with them too, but they're magnified and they're highlighted because they have this following and they have this influence. But it is annoying when people say, oh, he left her, she's so beautiful, or why did she leave him, he's so handsome. You don't know what the situation was like. You don't know what the relationship was like. And time again has proven a pretty face, whether you're talking about a man or a woman, is not enough for a relationship, for a marriage to last. And I think as you not necessarily get older, but as you get wiser, you will appreciate more than just attractiveness, because that's not all that a person has to offer. Like, I'll be 24 in September, and if you and like people at this point in the game, you need to be able to have conversations with people, and not every conversation will lead to a relationship or marriage, but go in with intention, like with intentionality. Go in with the intent of keeping a conversation. Like, don't expect someone to have to pull your teeth to talk. Like, what if all you do is look good and someone wants to have a conversation with you and you can't even talk about anything but your looks, and it's not gonna last. It's not sustainable.
And this is kind of off topic, but like you could be the whole package and you could still get cheated on. Like no matter, like you could still look good, body looking right, like everything is just good about you, but you could still get cheated on, and it proves today. Like Saweetie and Quavo, you know, Saweetie is beautiful, and she's still, I don't know the situation low key, but she got cheated on or whatever. Like people just need to stop saying like, oh, she's pretty, she's not gonna get cheated on. Or he nice, he not gonna get cheated on. You can still get cheated on at the end of the day. So yeah.
And like, that's not your fault. Like getting cheated on is not it's not because you are beautiful or because you are ugly. Like whatever, two different sides of the spectrum. The person cheats because they want to. Like if there are situations or there are circumstances in the relationship or marriage that aren't working, that aren't the way you want them to be, talk to that other person. Don't take it to the extreme of stepping out on them, because that's going to create an even worse problem. And then especially if you are not even like a celebrity, because you will like not people who have millions of followers, but even like people on college campuses or people who are really popular in high school, like they can go through these same things and they're blown up on social media because so many people know them. And then you have the world just looking in on you and your situation. And like, you know, we both said the celebrities, even like everyday common people, we don't know their situations, but the fact of the matter is that we have to recognize as a whole society that having a good having a good face, having a good body, whatever you say is attractive on a person's body, that's not enough for a relationship. And still people are always like, oh, when you look at who someone cheats on the person with, like a lot of times when there are celebrity couples who crumble because one of the people in the relationship cheated, they go and find a picture of the person that the person was in a relationship cheated with, and they're like, oh my gosh, he's ugly or she's ugly. Like they're so average in comparison to that person, and that's not fair either. And
maybe he had the whole package, like what he wanted in
like
her and
that,
the other girl, but that still don't give you the right to cheat.
Right, if that's the person you really wanted or you were really drawn to, you should have left your relationship and then had that situation under different circumstances. But it it's not fair to also just look at a person and say, oh, you're beautiful, you shouldn't have gotten cheated on, or you're handsome, you shouldn't have gotten cheated on. Because I've seen that online a lot, and then they go and call names of about the other person, which the person who cheated, they did wrong too, but you don't, I don't know, it's always a comparison of you cheat, like you had like a trophy or some type of person, you cheated on them with like a trash bag or a sack of potatoes or something like that. So yeah, that's that. And then just the people instigating and getting involved.
Shade room.
All these pages that are only spreading hatred and evilness, they really, like, they're genuinely sad. Like, I don't follow, like, if I follow any of them, it's because I've had my Instagram since 13 or 14. So I've had it for a while, but every time I am on Instagram or anything and I see something that doesn't sit right with me, I will go unfollow, because there's no reason for a page like that to have that much traction. Like, as human beings, our flesh wants to be nosy, wants to be involved, wants to be reckless. And like, why aren't we taking these conversations and like being real about them? Like, there's actually pages that I follow that have taken the Saweetie and Quavo situation, and they're talking about it in a respectful way, like asking about like, what are the elements of a relationship that are important? How can you repair a relationship? Like, they're actually giving advice, and they're not just bashing people and shading them. And I think it's really disheartening to see that, especially in these pages that are run by women a lot of times, to put down other women, because women, we can relate to things because we are women, and there are things that men can relate to because they're men. And it's like, obviously people want entertainment, but at what expense? And why are we willing to compromise the sanity, the mental well-being, and just a person's integrity and their how they're feeling? Because it's painful. Like, imagine going through heartbreak in the limelight. Like, that has to be hard. And then these pages just to be joking about it, or to make it the topic in a negative way is really
Topic of the day.
is really distasteful, and that's my opinion.
What I was about to say is that what makes it even worse, like, in a relationship is when, like, not just famous people, like, regular people, too. Like, when you guys break up and then you guys go on the media and post about it, and, like, that doesn't help it because y'all already know people are nosy. Like, and plus it's going to make the shade room. It's going to make every post on Instagram, and they're going to have people instigate and throwing stuff in saying, oh, I know what she did, I know what she did. It just makes it worse on the relationship. So, like, I'm not saying keep y'all relationship off of Instagram, but, like, when y'all get into altercations or something like that, or arguments, just leave it off of the media because it makes it worse in the relationship. Y'all just want to give up. So, like, just tone that down because I see that a lot on Instagram when people get into arguments and they go ahead and post it. It's not good on the relationship.
Yeah, and like everyone's like literally like we all know everyone has their own page, they can do what they want, and there's some people who are like, I have friends who are pretty private, like they might post about their relationship during like major milestones, but other than that they don't post anything. Then I have some friends who will post a whole, like, from the starting stage all the way throughout everything. But for your own well-being, and it's just, I feel like it's, I don't want to say common sense, but it's kind of is that you don't need to share every single thing that happens to you, that happens with you in your life with the world. Like, there are certain elements of your life that are meant for just you. There are some that are for you and a few people close to you, and then there are some you want to share with the world, you know? So you really have to decide for yourself if what I'm sharing goes out into the world and it could possibly be taken by anybody and it can be blown up for millions of people to see what I care. And so I think that that's a good tool, or kind of like a trick to have in the back of your mind. Once you post something, do you care or do you not care about the number of people who could possibly see it? Now, you know, maybe only 10, 15, 100, 1,000 people could see it, but let's say 10 million people saw it. Would you be cool with that? And so just really try to protect yourself, protect your relationships, protect your love, and really don't overdo it. Like, don't do the most. It's best, like she said, to just keep stuff that is really low. Like, really, what's the word? Like, things that are very turmoil. What's the word for that? I don't know. But things that are very chaotic and just things that are not necessarily the full picture of a relationship, you don't need to put those online. You don't need to share that with the world, and you don't need to put all your business
Don't let everybody
online.
know your next move.
Yeah, like, don't do it out of fear. Like, I really think it's good to have people you can talk to and share with. And there are people I actually follow who, like, didn't get the job, I failed, you know, or I have an interview tomorrow, wish me luck, like things like that. Like, I think it encourages people to see people in low moments and to give people encouragement and support, and not fake, because we all will post what we want, but everyone's not posting all of their low moments. Everyone's not posting all of their high moments. So I think as human beings, we need to be more vulnerable with one another, telling the truth about bad days, about this isn't going great, this isn't the best, but also, just balance it well, and don't feel like you need to hide something because you're like, oh, they're plotting on me. If people are around you plotting on you, number one, they don't even need to be in your life. Right. Get rid of them. Like, there's people
you always gotta look over your shoulder. They don't need to be around.
There's people who will go and make fake pages to keep up with you, and that's a whole nother story. But it's okay for people to know some of your next moves to a limit, and just you have to recognize when that is okay, and also realizing that when you share with people, when you are vulnerable, you encourage other people to be vulnerable too. Because I know for me, I feel like I'm more transparent about mental health and about my spiritual journey and so many things because I've seen other people be bold and courageous about it. So just do it with boldness and do it with courageous, whatever you want to share with the world.
Y'all just live life. Just love it. You only got one life to live. Live right, though. Don't live wrong.
Right.
Please.
Get it together.
Yes. So
pray we all be ready
for his return.
I pray we all be ready. Say it quiet.
I pray we all be ready for his return.
I pray that we all get our business straight so that we can all meet at the gates. I pray we all be ready for his return.
On Judgment Day, y'all better be ready. Tell me, y'all. But this is the end of the video. I think we gave some good tips.
Yeah, some good gems.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't too long, too short. You know, it was just the amount of it was right.
Yeah, the right amount.
So,
yeah, comment some that you liked, or
yeah.
even some suggestions you have, like some tips that we didn't mention that you think are good. Drop them in the comments.
Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, turn that bell on to notify when my video drop. All her social medias be down in the description below, so y'all can go follow her. And yeah, I'll see y'all in my next video.
Shayna from the future just wanted to say, anytime you leave a relationship that is unhealthy, no longer serving you, I'm cheering you on. So go, Saweetie. Go, every guy and gal that is doing what is best for their spirit, their mind, their body, and their heart.